What's up, everybody? Been a while since I've done one of these. Man, beyond Magog. How's everybody doing tonight? I'm kind of taking it slow on the intro, let people show up. Though I don't know how many people are awake at this hour. But I thought I'd, I don't know, just talk with you, the fans. It's been a while. I know I've got some announcements to make and some explanations. So I thought, whatever. I'm awake. I'm sleeping at weird times, so might as well just do it. And whoever's awake will listen to this, and whoever's not will listen to it later. So I'm sure the first question you guys have is, why hasn't there been a side quest the past 2 nights? Well, quite frankly, it was literally out of my hands. There was nothing I could do. My internet provider decided to update all the amplifiers and the nodes in my county so that they could provide fiber optic internet. And that took them about a week to do. It started like last Tuesday, and it just ended like Monday night at like 11 at night. During that week, I had the crappiest internet. Anybody following me on Twitter probably knows I had the shittiest fucking internet. Like, it was like 10 megabytes a second. I could barely load a web page. So I just had to cancel everything. I couldn't upload. I had a lull. There was a couple moments on Friday and Saturday where I had good internet. I was able to upload a video on the main channel in that time frame. And it was still slow. It was better than 10 megabytes a second, but it was like 40 megabytes a second. And it took like almost 2 hours to upload a 5-minute video. So yeah, I just didn't have any ability to do side quests. They're done now, so I'm getting a good solid 150, 160 megabytes a second. So that's nice. Unpronounceable names. How is my GPU? It's fine. I replaced it. It's working great. I mean, that was no problem. We did last Monday. Obviously not yesterday. So we'll get back to it. My internet's back. So Friday night, side quest. I'm sorry for the postponements. It was out of my hands. I had no internet. Suddenlink decided to do their thing, and it really affected my internet. So I hope that's satisfying enough for you guys who are fans of SideQuest. Also, SideQuest has got to go through some evolutions, so please just be patient with us. We want to make it a better show. We want to add more of a flow, a better format. Lately, we've just kind of been improvising and having some fun, and a lot of people like that. But I feel like sometimes there's too many like dead air spots. Sometimes we're not bringing the funny like we should be. I really want you guys to have like a top tier, awesome show that you love every week. So we're going to be discussing how to solidify the idea of SideQuest as a show. I'll actually be doing an off-air hangout with my co-host to decide, to come up with new ideas and decide how we can move forward from here and make it even better. Because I love SideQuest, and it is definitely one of the most unique podcasts on the internet. I mean, I have YouTube friends of mine and YouTube associates, people I've met through YouTube over the past 2 years of doing this, that tell me that SideQuest is beyond anything they've ever seen. As far as like as a podcast, they've never seen anything like it. The whole like health bar system, the special attacks and the dying on screen and having the whole costumes, get-ups, the overlays that are animated. It's definitely a out of the box type of show compared to all other live streams and podcasts. There's probably somebody out there that does something similar, but I just don't know about it. I kind of miss you guys doing articles, but that's just me. Y'all are funny either way. I appreciate that, Broken Console. And we have started bringing back the grind. Magog's been doing the grind on Mondays. Friday nights is supposed to be kind of more of a fun drunk show. I guess it's kind of what Tavern Talks was supposed to be. We just turned it into the second side quest. But I've got some ideas about that. I might actually turn the Friday show. I'm going to talk to my co-host first, but I'd actually like to turn the Friday night show into Tavern Talks instead of side quest. Same time and everything, just like a different overlay, maybe a different format. So instead of like special attacks and stuff, we have like drinking bars. And the more donations we get, the more we drink until we pass out drunk for 2 minutes. Like, it's kind of a similar concept, but instead of health and insults, it's you guys kill us with alcohol. I don't know if you guys like that idea or not, but I'm gonna be sharing that with my co-hosts, see what they think about it. We might even do kind of a drinking games or something like that. I don't know. We're trying to figure out new things to do. Because we like the audience interactions. I know some of it feels like we're just shilling for money, but money is important. This is our job, and I split all that money evenly with my co-hosts. So some of these people, like Beardy and them, they rely on that money. They rely on that support from you guys, and that's why we want to do a good show, because we don't want you just throwing shekels at us because you want to say a comment, or, so many streamers out there are just like, so-and-so in the chat says this, this, and this, and this, and so-and-so in the chat says this, this, and this, and this, and so-and-so says this, 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 and this. We actually like that interaction. The fans feel like they're getting something when they give money. They're like, here's $5, and we have some sort of reaction to that $5 because it actually affects the concept of the show. Our health bars go down, or we get healing, or we die. We activate little animations and stuff. And I want to grow this over time to be an even bigger show. More animations, more funny little sound effects, things like that. So please bear with us, because that also takes a very long time. I've got to spend a lot of time in like Photoshop and stuff, really animating things. And I don't know if any of you have ever done animation, but it's fucking hard sometimes. It takes a long time. But anyway, I just wanted to make a few announcements and watch the chat and see who's out there, and then maybe if we have some time after my announcements, bring somebody on the show who wants to come on. I'll be watching the chat, see if there's anybody who wants to hop on or who just wants to come by or something. It's not exactly a Patreon stream. I didn't want to. Well, I don't have Patreon anymore. I don't know why I keep calling it a patron stream, but like my Subscribestar people, my subscribers over in Subscribestar, I didn't want to throw a link over there this time in the morning. It's kind of last minute. I just decided to set up and do a live stream. And I know that I think I have to plan those out so that people have an actual opportunity to come on and stuff. So, but I'm happy to answer questions. This is Beyond Magog. This is all about the making of the show, what I have planned for the future, what's been going on, updates and stuff like that. And I've got to get back to doing these. It's been a long time since I've done a Beyond Magog. I'm really sorry about that. So much has happened, and especially switching my content to be more daily. I know I had to take a break from that. 1 week I was sick, and then the next week my graphics card exploded. And then the next week after that, fucking Suddenlink decides to fuck my internet up for a whole week. So, like, I got to get back to work. And it's been 3 weeks of just cold, wintry hell here with no internet and things breaking. And this time of year, I get this seasonal depression, and I just don't want to fucking do anything. So I guess it was good to have a break. But now it's about time to get back to it. Because I don't know if you guys noticed over on the main channel, I've done more content over there in the month of January than I usually do in 6 months. I mean, I was popping videos out like every day. Boom, boom, boom. So got a couple questions. Let's do some questions. Give some people an opportunity to start watching. We got a good 51 people though. So why am I awake? I'm on a weird sleep schedule. I basically, I sleep when I'm tired. And so I got tired at 5 o'clock in the afternoon and didn't really have much to do because they were still kind of working on the internet off and on today. It was real good all day, but I did have a little down period in the afternoon. They were probably fixing something down the street. It came back shortly after, but I was kind of tired and bummed, and I couldn't even stream a movie or a YouTube for about 15 minutes. And I was just like, why am I bothering? Fuck this. So I went to bed, and I only meant to take a nap, but I ended up sleeping until midnight. And then I hopped on a live stream with some people and talked to them after hours. And then I decided to do this because I'm wide the fuck awake. I went to sleep at 5 in the evening and woke up at midnight. That's why I'm awake. Tasty. I also don't know if you guys noticed, but got a new look. Looking at myself right now instead of the camera. Looking at myself. Look at my sexiness. I figured I can still be Magog with a nice goatee. The beard will come back, but I've got a wedding to go to this Saturday. A friend of mine's getting married, and I'm a groomsman. So I wanted to look nice. I didn't want like this big fuzzy beard. So I had the lady cut my hair and trim my beard down to nothing. I figured it's a temporary look because I think Magog looks good with the full beard, but I kind of like this goatee look. It's kind of cool. So pitch to us, Wanderlust souls, why to go to Arkansas. I don't know if there's anything worth coming to Arkansas for unless you like a lot of nature and a lot of fishing and hunting and things like that. But definitely once I have the village built and the studio and stuff, it'd be awesome to have visitors now and again. Some fans of mine come by, help out with some stuff. That's another update I feel like I should give to you people. As you well know, the building of the studio was put off for quite a while, mostly because of the weather. The winter here has been incredibly wet and rainy and cold, and none of the contractors I hired could do what we want them to do until we got some better weather, laying concrete, things like that. Plus, we got to dig a well in the septic, and we got to perk the land. And a lot of the things that's happened that's put that off is that the county doesn't have an address for the land I own. It's just literally like there's 3 plots next to each other, and one of them, the one I own, is B. It's like A, B, and C. That's all they have is these maps. So they got to give us an address. But before they can give us an address, they have to contact the owners of the other 2 plots and make sure that they know there's going to be an address change. And then we have to decide on the address. And that's taking some time. I'm fighting the county because I can't get a contractor's pole put in for electricity from the electric company until I have an address. So we're working on that. It is happening. I know I put it off. I maybe should not have done that fundraiser last year, the GoFundMe. I maybe shouldn't have done that last year. I thought it would happen faster. And I raised $5,000 to build the bigger indoor set, and that's just been sitting in the bank. And if you donated to that, I'm not giving up on this. I didn't just take y'all's money and go. This is happening. I will spend that $5,000 on the indoor set. Just got to wait a little while. Now that spring is here and it's warming up a little bit and the rains are kind of subsiding a little bit, we're definitely going to get to work here soon. I mean, hell, we've got the building ordered. It's a prefab building. It's like $20,000. You get a 1,500 square foot building, and then we got a guy who's going to do the inside and make it livable. Put a little apartment on one end of it and stuff. So we've got everything lined up. We're just waiting on the address from the county, the bureaucratic red tape that is a pain in my ass. And we'll be good to go. Hopefully in the next month, maybe 2, I'll have it completely built and ready to move in. That's really the plan, and I wanted to update you guys on that. And when they actually start building this thing, I'll be out there with a camera and recording it and uploading it and stuff, so you guys will be able to see the making of, kind of thing. So that's the only update, though. I still just can't. I wish it could have been done months ago. I really do. I'm sorry it's taken so long. I feel like I've let you guys down on that. I mean, we got the land cleared, and that was all exciting. And now it's been another 2 months since we had the land cleared, and I don't know. We should have been done by now. Sorry, guys. lining up the loan and getting the address thing figured out and finding the right contractors. It took longer than I thought is all, you know. So, but thank you all for coming by and listening to me ramble about that. So I've updated you guys on SideQuest and why there hasn't been a SideQuest. The past two times, Friday and Monday, there was no SideQuest because of my internet outages. And I've pretty much explained what's happening with the land and the property and the studio. That will be done soon. Hopefully, maybe, you know, taking longer than expected, and it ends up becoming a good thing because maybe it was worth the wait to get it right, to get it built the way we want it built, and to get it done right and for the best cost. And maybe that's a good thing. Maybe not rushing into it was a good thing because now we get what we want, you know. So outside of that, you know, I have some concerns about content and stuff like that. My channels aren't growing. I'm not getting the support. I saw somebody earlier asked if I sold all my art prints. Not even close. I sold like 150 of them, which is really good. I'm really surprised I sold that many. I really shouldn't have ordered 1,000 of them, though. Honestly, I should have started with like 200. I didn't know. Would you ever stream games in character like Magog plays RimWorld? That would be freaking epic. I know that gaming streams and Let's Plays are really popular, but I am just not that big of a gamer. I'm just not. I'm sorry. I'm really not. Maybe one day, but I've always felt like I was more creative and I wanted to create this thing that would eventually spiral into bigger shows and more creative things. And just the idea of sitting around for 2 hours playing a video game while people watch and listen to me make jokes, though is appealing, it's not really my thing. I mean, honestly, the last video game I played was like Just Cause 3, and I played it for about a week. I didn't even beat it. Like, I just feel like I don't have time. I spend a lot more time writing and doing artwork. Did you guys like the Morscar map, the more detailed map with all the little cities and mountains and, you know, and stuff? I hope you guys like that. That was cool. So yeah, YouTube is very prejudiced with the algorithm. That's why I've had to switch my main content to try to put out videos as often as possible. These little shorter videos, but there's more of them. And a lot of people don't like it. A lot of people, I get comments all the time, do longer videos. Do, you know, because they miss the old days where like once a week they'd get a real long 20-minute Magog video. And I miss those days too, but the algorithm just doesn't promote that shit. If you only release 1-2 videos a week, you get fucked in the ass. There's no growth. Last year, because that was what I did last year, was just 1 video a week. Some things got in the way. I had some family issues and stuff, like my sister getting cancer and my nephew and stuff like that. But for the most part, I was doing SideQuest on Mondays. I'd do like a Midnight Dreary, and then I'd do a long Magog video. And that was my release schedule. And the entire year, I gained 2,500 subs. The entire year of 2018. So I decided in 2019, I'm going to play the algorithm better. And I started doing these, you know, quick videos talking about trending topics, attached videos to hashtags and stuff like that. And that actually started to work. So far, I've gained like 540 subs since January. Like, so it's working. I just wish that more people helped each other in our little community. It's like nobody wants to collab anymore. Nobody really wants to work together anymore. Everybody hates each other. There's all the fucking drama and blood sports. And if I work with the wrong person, half my audience goes, "How dare you?" You know, you guys should have seen the flack I got for doing one response video to a Jeff Holiday video where he was that hippie, you know, Hemlock Moonwolf. And I responded to his video because his video was about me. It wasn't even a collab. I took his video that already existed and decided to jokingly respond to it. And you guys should have seen how many subs I lost and how many people were like, how dare you work with that fucking asshole, you know? And I was like, damn, it's just comedy, guys. Lighten up. I wish the internet would lighten the fuck up. You know? And then I got, people tried to drag me into the fucking, Ralph and Jim and, Tonka and Vamp situation just because Vamp used to be on my show 2 years ago. She was on the first season of SideQuest way back in the day. It's like, I don't know. Like, she left the show because she started dating Tonka. I don't know what happened after that. I didn't want anything to do with blood sports. Why are y'all trying to drag me into this shit? Lighten the fuck up. I'm just a comedian, for fuck's sake. But anyway, that was my little rant. I'm done. I'm not talking shit about, they can do what they want to do. That's their content. I don't judge. That's how they make their money. I just don't want, that's not the content I do. I mean, I do insult comedy, but I do it dressed as a fucking necromancer. You can't, like, it's fake. It's obviously comedy. It's not real hate. Some of that stuff is just too vitriolic for me. I can't deal with that shit. People hating each other for real and shit, doxing each other, and it's fucking stupid. I know, right? So, yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to grow the channel because if I don't grow, I die. And if I don't evolve the content, I die because the algorithms are constantly evolving and the censorship things. And, we've got, I had to leave Patreon because I didn't feel like they were good for my business. They made really bad decisions, in my opinion. They alienated most of my audience. I went from like $2,800 a month on Patreon down to like $900 a month. I'm getting that on Subscribestar, so I'm no worse off than I was on Patreon. So I felt comfortable leaving Patreon. Like, fuck them. Serious with Days Off says another collab with Bering or Sugar Tits, LOL. Yeah, I guess I could do that, but I've tried contacting Bering. He hasn't answered me. Then again, I don't like to go and beg people for a collab, especially if I haven't talked to them in a while. It makes me come off like I'm just wanting them to collab with me to ride their coattails, and that's not what I'm about. I just hollered at Bering because I ain't talked to him in a while. I was like, hey, what's up, buddy? How you been? Suit did have you in 2 episodes of Raising the Bar. Cool. I don't watch that. I don't understand most of it. I've seen clips of it that people have shared. I think I was on a Fright Power Hour, and Ghastly had one of the episodes up, and he was showing bits of it, but I didn't understand any of it because I don't follow the blood sport stuff. So I recognize some people in the video, but I don't follow the blood sport stuff. So I didn't get any of the jokes. I'm sorry, guys. That's just not my corner of YouTube. It's just not. I don't want a part of it. I don't want any part of it. When those people brought me up into their streams and stuff, I did bitch a little bit about it on Twitter, but then decided to just let it go. They're gonna pull my videos up, call me a fucking faggot, and all this and that just because I had Vamp on my show 2 years ago, and I tweeted at Sargon one time, like one tweet. I had one tweet at Sargon, and it like blew up, and they brought me up on the kill stream, and and fucking just went at me, which is fine. I'm critical of other people's videos. I pull up SJW videos and make fun of them, but mine's done in jest. It's done as comedy. It's obviously comedy. If nobody understands that, then I can't help you. If you look at any of my videos, it's like, this guy's for real. Like, so, but that's the difference is I just do it as a comedy thing. And, and I am trying to get away from a lot of the political stuff. I'll still talk about trending topics. I've done videos on AOC. I did the Jussie Smollett thing. Those were fun to talk about and make fun of. Those people deserve to be made fun of, in my opinion. But then I'm also trying to do a lot of just comedy, like I'm just, like I did that porn star video, which actually was pretty big. It's my most watched video on BitChute because it's uncensored. Apparently my fans like the titties. But that was just comedy. I wasn't making, I wasn't picking fights with anybody or anything like that. I was having a laugh, I want to do different. I want to do more creative things. I want to bring this world to life. And that's what hopefully building the studio will do, and then eventually get to work on the village. If I can grow, I need the support. I don't have the money coming in. Right now, because of what happened with Patreon, back when I had the plan to build the Nightshade Village and hire people, I was making close to $3,000 a month on Patreon alone. But then the Patreon thing happened, and a lot of my fans overlap with Sargon. A lot of them just left, and I don't blame them for leaving. It was a shit thing Patreon did, but I never gained it back. They never came over to Subscribestar, not for me. They did for Sargon, but they didn't for me. And a part of that was Subscribestar lost PayPal and couldn't pay out anybody for a while. But if I'm not making the money that I was back when I came up with the idea, I might not be able to do this project at all anyway. I'll still have the studio and the bigger indoor set. You guys paid for that. You will get better content in that area. You'll get better videos on YouTube. Magog will have a whole set to interact with instead of just a table. But as far as the sitcom and the village and stuff, if I don't grow and gain more subscribers and gain more support and gain more, I guess, donations and stuff like that, and I'm not going to be able to do it. I can't pay actors at the moment. I can't buy props. I'm surviving on what I've sold art print wise and Subscribestar at the moment, and it's barely enough. But it is what it is. I'm surviving. I'm doing content that I like to do. I'm having a good time. I didn't do this show to bitch at you guys about money, so we're going to end that there. Thank you all who do donate and give super chats, especially SideQuest, and help support SideQuest and stuff. You guys are fucking awesome. I love every single one of you for supporting us, because it's a lot of work what we do. And it's fun. It's a lot of fun for everybody. So it's huge. It's huge. It's huge. It's the biggest thing. It's going to be the biggest thing ever. It's huge. So anyway, I hope that kind of explains everything that's kind of been going on with me lately. Now I'd like to get on to maybe some ideas, what you guys would like to see in the future. Maybe like regular content. What do you guys think I'm missing? What should I try? What should I try for more? I don't know if you guys have any good ideas to help out. Because at the moment, talking about trending topics has been the only thing that's really helped me grow a little bit. I don't know. If I win the lotto tomorrow, I'll pay for Nightshade Village for you. Want it to happen so bad. I know. It's too bad none of my fans win the lottery. Boy, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? Be like, hey, Magog, here's $1 million. Because, I mean, like, the Powerball's what, at like 450 million right now? Like, what's $1 million when you win 450? Am I right? You could just give me $1 million and I'll give you a badass show, because that's all I need to get started. Shit, that'd be awesome. I wish. I'm not that lucky, though. Song of Cringe and Ire, that's probably not going to happen, buddy. Sorry. Because the Song of Cringe and Ire was based off of stuff that was happening at like VidCon with Sargon and stuff, and a lot of that's dissipated. A lot of people have just stopped following each other. They started hating each other, and and the guy I did that with, the one that did all the artwork with it, he's busy now. We're still friends, but he's busy helping Gulf City do his animations and stuff. He's doing other stuff. I'm sorry, that was a limited time run. It totally worked back then, but the whole Kekistan meme has died anyway, and a lot of that was based off that too. Magog cartoons, too hard to do. I have enough on my plate as it is. I'd love to see that, don't get me wrong. I did do a short-lived little test skits called Magog Reanimated, but there were only 2 episodes because they got a total of like 3,000-4,000 views at the time. I mean, they've probably grown in views over time, but just didn't seem worth all the work. I mean, animation takes fucking forever, man. Especially for such short little quips. You know, they were only like 2-3 minutes long. So, is there anybody who'd like to join and talk to me? I'm getting kind of lonely here. Why not ask fans to volunteer for Nightshade sitcom and do like one-offs on peasants when they can? Make it a bit more clear, still just a thought. Yeah, I'd love to do that. But the problem is getting fans to Arkansas. People can't just do shit for free. They want to, but they still need like living expenses, food. A lot of people have lives and they live in other states, other countries even, and they'd love to come down and help. But I also know that's just really not possible, not without some sort of compensation in some way. And I don't feel comfortable people coming down to Arkansas and helping me build something if it's not going to come to fruition, you know? I wish I could. I just don't have the support. I don't have the numbers. I guess it was a really ambitious project. It was a real ambitious project, and maybe I overextended myself. I still want to do it. I'm not giving up, but unless I grow and get a bigger audience and that bigger audience starts supporting me, I don't see it happening anytime soon, guys. I'm sorry. I right now the money I'm making from side quests, Subscribe Star, and selling art prints is just enough to make it to where I don't have to have a day job, so I can continue to do this full time, which is what I want to do. This is the career I've chosen. I love doing this. I love being creative and entertaining you guys. I'm not giving up on the dream, but let's be realistic. I've lost 60% of my income since the Patreon thing happened, and I never gained it back on Subscribestar or the art prints or anything like that. I just didn't. I do appreciate everybody who bought the art prints, especially those of you who live in other countries and had to pay like $23 fucking for shipping. I'm really sorry about that, but there's no way around it. You guys have customs and stuff that has to go through. I tried pricing it out. I thought at first that Etsy tried to rip me off, tried to supercharge like everybody outside the United States. No, I went to the United States Post Office website and typed in the weight and dimensions of the package, and it still come up like $23.99 for delivery to Australia. You know, like, holy fuck. I can't help that. International shipping is expensive. I'm sorry about that. How about Magog inviting donors and sharing articles to joke about? Yeah, once again, a lot of that stuff can happen. But it's not really going to happen overnight. I don't want people coming here to my tiny apartment. There's no room for them to even join on screen. I got to wait until the studio's built to do the more dynamic content. Now, when the studio's built and I build the bigger set, now that the content's going to change. I'm going to have multiple camera angles. I'm going to have a lot of space. This is going to be like a 1,500 square foot building with an apartment on one end of it that's probably only going to take up about 400 or 500 square foot. Like, I am literally going to have 1,000 square foot of empty space to build whatever I want. Big green screen walls, a whole new like wizard tower that takes up like the whole one side of it. It's going to be fun, but patience on that. Patience on that. So, yeah, if anybody's free and wants to join, fans, welcome, patrons, whatever. Yeah, $50 for shipping doesn't go to you. Yeah, no, I know, Gulf City, and I appreciate you buying one. You didn't have to, not with that kind of price. Cost them $100 to get it to Australia. I'm really sorry about that. Yeah, and it doesn't even go to me. That's purely shipping costs that you pay for to get the thing. I only get $40. That's what I get. That's the profit I make, and part of that goes into the purchase of the initial purchase of $1,600 up front to get the art prints and the envelopes to send them in. So, if you guys want to join, to make this easy, because I'd have to like type in your names and try to find you. To make it easy, if you want to join, just message me on Twitter. My DMs are unlocked. I'll pull up Twitter now. Let me check my Streamlabs too. I'm sure if somebody did donate, they'd be angry that I haven't read anything yet. Yep. Gabby G. Wiz says, good, way too early in the morning. Yes, I know. I'm sorry. And J.S. Kind says, will you ever create a side quest, a limited run, Beardy, Erlin, the Thief posters? My Magog poster is lonely. Yes, we have a plan to do a limited run poster of the thumbnail with all of us like yelling at each other, like facing each other. I'm going to blow that up, make it a poster. There's going to be a limited run of like 200, maybe 250. Not even that many. And it's going to have digital signatures on them because I'd love to sign them by hand like I do the Magog prints, but fuck, Beardy lives in Canada and Erilyn lives in Louisiana and Weibo, I don't even know where the fuck she lives. But we're all over the country. We'd have to send the art print to each other with all the shipping fees just to get them to sign all 200 of them. And by the time it got back around to me and I was able to, so it's just going to have digital signatures, but I'm going to be doing that soon. Yes. Thank you for the donations, JS Kind. Let me open up Twitter here. See if anybody wants to join. I'll throw you the link. Desmarie wants to come in. There you go. Link sent to Des. And I am willing to talk, says Broken Console Studio. I hope none of you guys are actual like sniping my chat and you want to come in and fuck with me because I will boot you. I'm joking. You are all welcome. Miss Murder says 5:30 a.m. and Magog's beard is on point. Yes, thank you. I had the side shave for a wedding. But I do like the goatee. I kind of miss this look, to be honest with you. I really do. So anyway, yeah, I think that's about all the updates. I know that people really want lore videos, and right now the lore is at the beginning of side quests because lore videos are going to take some serious time because I want to be able to tell these stories that happen in the world, these histories, and things. So Mr. Monkeylet says, alas, I do not have twatters. Sorry. Right now, it's the only way I operate. I don't have Discord on my laptop, and I'll work something else out to get you guys links because right now it's just through Hangouts. I got to set up a better Beyond Magog.
Just chilling out for the night.
Yeah, is it nighttime?
It is. It's 9:38.
Well, it is 5:30 in the a.m. to me, so.
That's gross. I've got to be on my way to work then.
Did I just die? People are saying I died.
I can still hear you, but I'm on the call, so.
Yeah. No, I'm watching the watch link. It's going. Okay. Yep, must have just been a glitch. Who knows? Like,
yay, YouTube.
A part of doing this is to also test my internet to make sure it's good and back because Suddenlink was doing their new install stuff. So
yeah, I was gonna ask about that. It looks like it's going okay.
Yeah, they're saying I cut off for a few seconds. Sorry, guys. Didn't mean to.
Let's face it, that was probably my bad with the crappy Australian connection.
Could you repost the intros as a supercut? Yeah, I can do that. That I can add some cool music, maybe narrate them or something. I've thought about doing that because there's so many of them now. I do.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I do new lore load screens like every episode. Like twice a week, I have to write lore and do artwork. I put a lot of work into that. It's actually quite a bit.
That'd take a lot of time.
Yeah.
But it's so worth it when we watch it.
Well, I do like that people like it,
I'm not going to lie. I miss a lot of side quests because of like work and stuff. So
right.
I at least managed to watch the lore live and then I'll like catch up on the streams after work or something.
Right. That's a good way to do it. I'm glad that people at least watch, after it's uploaded and stuff. So.
Oh, well, I managed to miss the one that got taken down by you. But
Nice. Mr. Monkeylit says, to pass along good news, I am drafting a design for the Poe puppet. Thank you. That'd be awesome. I can get a little. He wants to build like an animatronic Poe that'll actually has like servos and stuff, so it'll move. That's cool.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that way Poe can be like, what the fuck, Does it still freak people out when I do the voices out of makeup? And like a lot of people, like I did like a blooper reel one time of me doing the Poe voice, and people were like commenting like, it's so freaky, I didn't even know that was him.
I think I'm used to it now, but the first time I'm like, wait, fucking, how do you do that?
When Magog is away, Poe comes out to play. Welcome to Midnight Dreary, the show where I take advice columns from your world and answer them though as they were sent to me. I stumbled a little bit. You should hear the outtakes. There's a lot of stumbling sometimes when I record Poe.
Is that why it says fuck off on streams?
Yeah, for fuck's sake. It actually helps to pull the faces too, because it stretches the vocals. So I literally, like when I'm recording, I'm not all stone faced, just like I'm actually like, oh my god, you're a fucking retard. Like that's literally what I look like.
Oh man.
Yeah. What happened to Midnight Dreary? Honestly, I just stopped being able to find good advice columns to make fun of. I'd go to the advice column websites and it's like, there's nothing here. I'm not feeling the jokes, because a lot of advice columns are like, they're not cringy. They're actually just like, oh, my wife left me and I'm depressed. Like, how do I make fun of somebody's real problems? Now, when somebody would write an advice column and be like, oh my God, my neighbor's a Trump supporter, what do? I have a literal neo-Nazi living next to me. I can make fun of that, but I can't make fun of somebody literally talking about like their children. Like, sorry, I don't feel funny.
Yeah, there's a limit.
Yeah, there is a limit to the amount of jokes I can write about certain topics. So I'm going to bring Midnight Dreary back when I find good content. Poe should probably have his own room in Discord where people can literally just post advice columns and funny things they find on the internet. Screen caps make my work a whole lot easier if people give me screen caps of stupid shit said on the internet. Then, because Poe has a new show called Foot Meets Mouth, and I was supposed to like grab all these like funny things on Twitter, but oftentimes I can't just sit there and patrol Twitter and find really stupid comments. I need screenshots. People need to send me screenshots. It would really help me collect the data and do an episode off of it. So maybe we should do that. We should create Poe his own room. I'll talk to Weebs about doing that, because I don't know how to do that. She's the one who runs the Discord. Is
the Magog Discord still alive? Because I don't have Discord on my phone anymore. So.
Yeah, Magog is. I just don't do anything in it. I'm sorry. I'm just not that into Discord. Maybe I should be. Maybe I should spend more time on Discord and start doing like off-air hangouts with people and shit. I don't know.
I only got it for like you, Beatty, and Gulf City. So.
Would you like a more anatomically correct Raven skeleton or more Tim Burton style? I will forward drafts to you for approval. Yeah, forward me the drafts and I'll choose. I don't know. I guess I want it as close to the original as possible without being a copyright infringement of the Crazy Bones company that makes them. Because an anatomically correct dead raven, like a skeleton raven, its eye sockets are round. I kind of like the more evil eyes. He's got like more squinty kind of evil eyes. And I do like the whole like multiple bones in the wings, simply because I kind of invented Grim Ravens, and they're kind of like a mix between dragons and ravens. I kind of put that in the lore to explain why he has multiple bones. So,
it's Rufus's daddy.
Right. So Grim Ravens are an actual like thing, but you can still change it a little bit so that it's not like a complete copy of this guy. because then Crazy Bones might sue me. But if you can make it a little like it, maybe not so many bones in the wings, maybe just like a bat has like 2 or 3, something like that. That'd be kind of cool. Yes, I do know that Discord has voice chat, but man, every time I get into voice chat, people like cut out, and like I feel like it doesn't work very well, in my opinion. But yeah, let me check the Twitters and see if anybody else wants to join. I did send out some other hangouts. Oh, there's somebody.
It probably says Chad, but it's Broken Console.
Oh, what's up, Broken Console?
Not much. I'm actually at work, but it's at the end of my
shift, that's a good time to call in the show.
I'm the security guard. I had an empty car lot. There's nothing going on. So
right. I got a super chat here. My last $2. You and your channel are the best. Thanks, Charles. Appreciate it. Please, are you starving because that's your last $2? Like, don't do that. I would love it if the Crazy Bones company made a Poe for me, Charles. Is side quest coming back Friday? Yes, it is. My internet is fixed. The sudden link is done. They had to install all new fiber optic and amplifiers in my county, and that's what killed my internet all last week. Sorry. Completely out of my hands. Nothing I could do. I called Suddenlink multiple times. It wasn't my equipment. It wasn't on my end. They were doing work in the area. Sorry.
I think they would have told you about that, hey?
Yeah, they said they sent out letters, but I never got one.
Hey, I had a question for you. Have you thought about contacting merchandising, like websites like Teespring? I mean, I'm sure you probably have, but
yeah, we have a Morscar merchant on Teespring that does T-shirts. Right now, the only T-shirts are the Slaughter Ball jerseys. I used to have a lot more T-shirts, but I canceled those because they were the old designs. I need to do new ones.
But they were so good.
Well, nobody was buying them. No.
Yeah, I need a pay rise so I can buy more merch.
I'm going to do new designs because there is new custom lettering for the Magog logo. I actually made that lettering, that font. I actually created it myself. So it's not like a public domain font like the original Magog, the old green one with like the kind of Viking shaped lettering, There's a new one now that is in the longer title sequences, but yeah, I mean, it's a lot of work. I'm a one-man operation. It's hard to get T-shirt designs and stuff because you got to put in the work for that. And I'm constantly trying to get content done and stuff. So, yep. Anyway, somebody has a train in the background.
Yeah, sorry, that's me. Don't worry, it doesn't get that close.
Wolfhead says, I was going to buy a That Is a Man t-shirt. I'll re-upload those. I just canceled those because I created an all-new store. Instead of the Magog Morscar store, I wanted it to be Morscar Merchant so that I could also put like SideQuest and Poe, like all of it in one shop instead of having multiple shops. I feel like that's what confused people. I had multiple shops. I had a shop for Poe, I had a shop for Magog, and I had a shop for SideQuest. And I was like, fuck that. I'm just going to put it all in one shop,
Has a classier ring to it.
Yeah, it's like the Merchant of Morscar, So,
if I remember right, Teespring has it set up now that you can have lines of clothing now too. So,
oh yeah, they got more than just clothing too. They got wall prints and flags and all kinds of shit.
They recently added iPhone cases too. I'm not sure if you've seen that yet, but
I have. It's just the problem is, once again, it goes back to what I was talking about originally. I don't have the audience to sell it to.
Yeah.
The last T-shirt run I did, I made like $80. I mean, I'll do it because it's free. So at least with Teespring, you just upload a design and you pimp it out and hope people buy it. But for the most part, merchandising is not, and there's not a lot of, outside my art prints, there's not going to be a lot of merchandising because I just don't have the audience to sell it to.
Yeah, I think a lot.
If
of
I had
people feel
if
that.
I had 200,000 subscribers and every one of my videos was getting 80 to 100,000 views, then yeah, I'd probably have some more merchandise because there's a bigger audience to sell to. But right now, I don't really get the views, and I don't have the fans, or at least the fans with money. I mean, I got plenty of fans. I love all my fans, but not everybody has like money to just blow on t-shirts and coffee mugs and art prints. You know, I get it. Unholy Reaper says, how did the art prints sell? I sold about 150 of them. You know, so there's still like 850 of them left. Probably not going to sell all 1,000. It's probably not going to happen, but they'll be here for when I do. They'll always be for sale. It'll just renew until they're all out. They're all done. So
I was gonna say, I think they will. It'll just be like over the year or so.
yeah, we'll see. Tried to font for royalty-free fonts. Oh yeah, I know. I've gotten quite a few fonts from them, but I wanted it to be custom because I'm trying to do a lot of original shit. So I took a font that I really liked and I broke it down, and I took my pen tool in Photoshop and started adding my own little bits to the basic shapes of the letters and created my own font for that. That's kind of cool, right? Have you seen the new Aladdin trailer? No.
Oh, jeez.
Fucking joke.
What the hell did they do to Jafar?
I mean, the last one I saw was just like the quick edit one that finally showed Will Smith at the end, but apparently there's a new one out that's like the full trailer. I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, wait. Oh, there's a second. Oh, no.
Yeah. Oh, Wizard of Cause is in the chat. What the fuck are you doing awake? What's up, Nick? How you doing, man? Yeah, body pillows. A lot of people are like, give us waifu body pillows. I ain't got the money to be making waifu pillows, guys.
With provocative holes.
Yeah, no, I don't know if one of your fans are weeaboos, so.
Yeah, I know. Nick, if you want to come on, I'll throw you a link if you're fighting insomnia. Yeah. The new Doom movie trailer. I haven't watched that either. Sorry, guys, I'm sorry. I haven't had internet. Like, my internet finally came back like last night at like 11 o'clock. I'm sorry. I got some catching up to do. I haven't even been able to, you know how boring this past week has been for me? I'm sitting there trying to load a web page and it reminded me of dial-up days. It was like, I eventually just gave up and was like, I'm never going to be able to watch movies or anything. What is this paper thing? Oh yeah, that's called a book. I guess I'll read that.
Do what we used to do before the internet days, and just go outside and like, I don't know, throw a baseball against a tree and hope it doesn't nail you in the face.
Yeah, right. Like I went outside because I had no internet. I was like, "What is that bright orb in the sky?"
It burns.
Burns your fucking eyeballs right out of your skull.
I just realized Magog and Poe is basically Jafar and Lago. Iago. Yeah.
Just a more Nordic version.
My character's better than that.
Well, I mean, Jafar would just get thrown off a freaking goddamn building just for practicing black magic if he was really in good old Saudi Arabia during those days, so it doesn't really fucking matter.
Right.
I know everyone's outraged about the Will Smith and the genie thing, but I'm more outraged about Jafar. He is tragic in this so far.
I'll have to watch it. Sorry. I know you guys want to discuss it, but I have no idea what you're fucking talking about right now.
Okay, what's worse, that or the fact that Jim Carrey is playing Dr. Robotnik in that horrific Sonic movie that's coming out?
I did not see that.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah. Everybody's worried about the Sonic CGI thing, but in my head I'm thinking Jim Carrey's Dr. Robotnik, and nobody's paying attention to that train wreck that's coming our way.
Are they going to make him wear a fat suit for that?
I don't know, but I'm scared.
I don't care.
Yeah.
It's
Kyle
Sonic.
Bridges-
It's for the
Kyle Bridges-
kids. You know why? That's why Jim Carrey picked it. It's for the fucking kids because he's
Oh,
all
yeah.
like, "Oh, I don't want to do violent movies." Anymore. Like he regretted doing Kick-Ass 2 because it had so much violence in it. He was like, "I should have never done that movie. There's too much violence in it." I'm like,
Oh.
God damn it.
But he's gone so far off the rails. I'm waiting for him to end up on America's Most Wanted.
Yeah.
And I loved him in Ace Ventura, Dumb and Dumber, and like all his '90s movies. I was a fan.
Well, of course, everybody was a Jim Carrey fan at one point, but he went off the deep end a long time ago.
Yeah.
So, sorry guys, I'm not really up to date on everything. I'll catch up. I'll probably do a video on the new Aladdin since everybody wants to talk about it. I got to do a video on Captain Marvel just because I want to say some shit about that. You know.
Oh, my condolences.
Oh yeah. I mean, whenever I'm done with this stream, I'll probably just grab a cat nap and then I'll probably get to work.
Either way you go on that. Oof.
It doesn't matter. It was shit. In my honest opinion, it was shit. I don't want to give any spoilers away, but it was shit in my opinion. It was badly edited. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. It's not as bad as like Ghostbusters 2016, but nothing. Very few things are as bad as Ghostbusters 2016.
I mean, I've heard at best it's mediocre. At worst, it's the worst thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, mixed reviews are probably the most accurate because there were some parts of it that were fine. You know, they were fun action sequences and stuff like that. It's a Marvel movie, but it was like, meh. There were a few parts of it that actually pissed me off. Fucking cat. Stupid cat.
Yeah.
I knew you'd say that.
Yep, we get a new Spawn movie, Nick. Yeah, that's true.
And then
Jamie Foxx is going to be Al Simmons. It's going to be crazy.
And you know what's funny is if Larson wasn't so divisive, this movie probably would have hit at least 7.0 for a lot of people. 7 out of 10 for a lot of people, but her divisiveness.
Yeah, nobody likes being force-fed politics. That's just the nature of the world we live in nowadays. It's getting to a point like everybody's all like, there's a civil war coming. I think it's going to break down long before the Civil War. We're going to have more people in this country just not giving a fuck what you have to say.
Pretty much.
And actually fighting you. People are tired of fighting, honestly.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to even be a civil war. I think it's just going to be people are going to be like, you know what? I don't care. And, I mean, at worst, you're going to see civil, like minor conflict.
But time to sleep again. Have a good night, Nick. Remakes of old movies or live actions of anime cartoons should stop. They always ruin it. Says that weird word with the last name Dawn Song. I'll just call you Dong Song. Dawn Song. I said Dong Song. Will you sing to my dong? Will you give me a dong song? You're right, and that's also why I wanted to do the sitcom. That's why I was hoping to grow enough audience-wise to actually be able to afford to do this sitcom, because I felt like it was original. It wasn't a remake of anything. It's my creation, and it could be funny. It could be exciting. All these new characters and fun little storylines and parodies and the things we could do with a full-blown like Magog TV show. At least it's fucking original. Getting tired of remakes and shit.
Married with Magog.
Married with Magog. Oh my god.
Just Magog's the medieval fantasy version of Al Bundy.
I'd watch the shit out of that.
Yeah, that'd be pretty awesome. I mean, or the little medieval version of Archie Bunker.
Oh.
Yeah, pretty much like an asshole. So once again, though, if anybody wants to join the call with the rest of us, you can just message me on Twitter and I'll throw you the link. I'm sorry that Twitter's the only thing I'm able to use right now. I will get Discord for the laptop. Might as well, since I'm going to start doing these again. I'm really sorry that I haven't done a Beyond Magog in a while. It's just, other things have taken precedence. So,
And
And-
real life comes first.
And when the studio is finally built and I have to move and break down this whole set and stuff, y'all got to go ahead and just be okay with the fact that there's not going to be any content until I'm back up and running. Like, no, there's probably not even going to be a side quest. Everything's going to have to go on break when I move. And that's just the way it is, because I gotta take all this down, rebuild it. I got to build an even bigger set because that's what people paid for. And I got to buy new cameras and stuff like that because I want to have like multiple camera angles and things like that. So you guys, I'm going to do content as much as possible up until the point of moving. And then I'm probably going to have to take a whole month off so that I can get moved in and then build the new things. You will get some content though, because I will be doing live streams of the building of the set and everything. So I'll set up my camera and, hey guys, this is the big room now. This is my studio. You guys will get some nice behind the scenes stuff. A Magog Discord would be epic. There is one. I never use it.
Maybe what you can do for last episodes, for when you're still in the apartment and like you have like most of your stuff packed up, you could be like, somebody came into my land, robbed all my shit. What the fuck?
It's like a blank wall behind me. I don't even have the castle outside the window anymore. I'm like, they even stole my window. How do you steal a window? It's a hole in the wall,
Yeah, you can probably freaking flip out on that for at least 5 minutes. That'd be fucking hilarious to watch.
But I don't use my personal Discord, the actual Magog Discord. I hang out mostly in the side quest Discord, but I'm gonna start using Discord again. I just gotta get the link out there to people and stuff. Sorry about that. If Gray was watching right now, he'd spam the link because he runs the Discord for me. But he's not here. Sorry. So, but yeah, the Nameless Thief runs the side quest Discord. I got to go shower time later. I'll see you, Nick. Arcana, the other Nick. So I think I've updated everybody. I think, does anybody have any questions about the future of my show, or like questions they want to ask me about what I'm going to do, or any ideas you want to share? I'll leave it open. Oh, I should probably talk about the Maidens project a little bit.
Yeah.
Because there is the Maidens of Morscar project.
Everyone loves talking about titties, so,
Why not? Why not? Boobs. Yeah, I'm really excited about the Maidens project, but it's going to take some time to come to fruition, simply because, once again, it's the same kind of situation as with the actual building of the village and stuff. It's that money's tight, and a lot of the girls that want to do maiden stuff are willing to get the cameras and do good stuff for free because they just want to be a part of the project. But then other people, they want payment. So it just really depends on how things go. So
I'm just shit and haven't gone to the old place yet to get my stuff. I'm sorry.
well, it's totally up to you if you want to join this project. I mean, I don't have enough maidens to make a calendar or even the deck of tarot cards that I wanted to make, like the digital tarot cards that have like cool designs and stuff around them, but I'll eventually get there. Right now, the extent of the Maidens of Morscar project is that I get to promote the Maiden of the Month on the end credits of SideQuest. And and I'm expanding that out to get the maidens to actually do videos promoting certain things. Like, hey, there's new t-shirts. So I'll get a maiden to be like, buy the t-shirts, and do like kind of a cute thing that I could put at the beginning of every episode. And they can help me like promo the new stuff. And then I'll give, some money for that. You do a 15-second clip selling my t-shirts, I'll give you $100, just be your character and sell my, do the skits. And if people like you enough through seeing you actually moving and not just images of you, then I might even expand it out to where Magog actually gets like little skits with the maidens, kind of like what I did with Medusa, where she walked on screen topless. It was all blurred out, but she walked on screen and said something, and then like Poe was like, "Where the fuck did she come from?" Like, you know. I want to start doing little things like that with the maidens, where they'll just like pop up in my crystal, or they'll walk in and be like, "Hey, are you coming back to bed?" Like, you know, I don't sleep, woman. Be gone from me. You know.
Hey, listen, I know how you can get all of them. Just say you work for Twitch staff.
Yeah. I don't think that's going to work. Idagger Longthorn said through the Discord link in there. Thank you, Idagger. Crazy Loon says, "Hey, Magog, what are you up to?" Just talking, just giving people updates. You can watch the entire stream from the beginning. You'll hear my updates at the beginning before I invited these fools on. But I think that's a pretty good update of the Maidens project right now. That is as far as I can go with it until we can set up proper photo shoots that get real high quality fantasy photos in your characters to put in the, to create calendars or whatever people want. That'll be a good time. That should, if I establish these characters, because what I love about the Maids of Morscar project is that it's not just a bunch of girls dressing up in fantasy costumes just to take pretty pictures. The models are creating their characters in the world of Magog, and I'm adding them to the lore. So like Mistress of Plague, she sent me her photos. So I used one of those and actually created her a lore, and she was one of the queens of Avendoom, and had this whole like background and stuff. And I think that's cool. That appeals to fans. It's unique. It's fun. So, yep, that's about it. I just need more girls, I guess, who are willing to take pretty pictures in medieval costumes.
Don't we all?
I did get one Maiden of Morscar is going to be doing who's supposed to be finishing up some pics and videos for me this week. But she's an actual porn star, so she has no qualms about being topless.
Nice.
She's going to sell she's going to sell a lot of posters.
Oh, probably.
She's going to sell a lot of my art prints. No.
Yeah, maybe she'll out for you, bud.
That's going to be funny because it's just a joke. I asked her to do the thing, and then she's going to do it, and it's going to show her, in doing her character. She's like a gypsy, she's a gypsy assassin from the free folk of Akakesh, and she's going to do her cute little thing and be like, "Buy an art print for our Lord Magog," and do her cute little thing. And then the sign is just going to flash on the screen. Here, Morscar, have no shame. It's like, it's a total shill. It's a total, like, here's boobs, buy my art print. Like, that's also the joke. You get it? I'm not doing it to trick people out of their money. I'm literally going to make that the joke. Like, we have no shame here. Buy the art print today.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah.
No,
you can follow her on Twitter, and I think she has a Discord too, because she does a lot of work with Honey Badger Radio. Her name's Anna Cherry. She's going to do a topless video for me.
Stereotypical porn star name, so I like it.
Yeah. So, but I'm going to be a part of it. Part of the deal too is she'll get some exposure to my audience, and maybe people will follow her. So,
okay, I better go because I'm by the road now. So, it was nice talking to you guys.
Yeah, take it easy, man.
Yeah, take it easy, Chad.
Thanks for coming on.
Look forward to seeing your new show and all that stuff.
Yeah, let's hope it happens.
Yep. Oh, I'm sure it will. I'll be praying for you.
Take it easy, man. Idagger Longthorn says, eat a cherry? No, Anna Cherry. Cherry works too. She's yummy. But that's just a little joke thing I wanted done. But to sell the art prints, I also have Dork Oracle. She's going to be doing me a video as her character. She's a Dremora, you know, so she's got her fucking demon horns and shit, and she's going to be doing a video, not topless, because, you know, only certain girls will do that kind of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
It's not a requirement, okay? I want to make that clear. If you want to be a maiden of Morkscar, it's not a requirement for you to do nudity. It's just a requirement for you to be a fantasy character, okay? It's a cosplay thing. But to the girls who are willing to do it, I'm going to be like, I'll turn that into a joke. It was the same with Medusa. I was like, will you do a topless thing? I'll blur your boobies out. Like, but I think it would be funny if just this topless mead wench just walked in one day on a Magog video. It was just like, would you like some more to drink? Get out of here, wench, you know?
Spondylate that shit right out of her hands. Like she'll come in with like a whole platter of just, I even brought you food and wine of the bestest grapes, and you just get that shit out of here, and just like knock it completely out of her hands or edit it some way. Have like a spell that just completely like vaporizes her into like many different bits. That'd be hilarious.
Like, I want to do a joke where like a girl comes, like one of my topless mead wenches comes on, like maybe not topless to make the joke work, but I think like she should have something like here. And she comes on and she's all like, "Hey, Magog," and starts talking, and it cuts back to Magog and Poe's just looking at her, and Magog just is just like mumbling some sort of spell, just it cuts back to her and her boobs are a little bit bigger, and then it cuts back to Magog. It cuts back to her, they're even bigger. And then Poe's like, "What the fuck is going on? What is she? This is awesome."
Yeah. And he just doesn't even question it. Like after a bit, like he's just like, you know what? Fuck
it. Yeah, don't trust gypsies. I don't know. Yeah. So, not done yet. Have to redo the green screen and lighting. You sent a link, but I don't know what it is. Unpronounceable names.
Unpronounceable names.
Oh, it's some sort of a castle background. Oh, that's cool. I'll have to watch it later with actual sound. Ugh, crap! I lost the damn it! I accidentally closed out the chat. My bad, guys.
Oh, good going, Magog. Good going.
Jeez,
This is why we can't have nice things.
Exactly.
there are exactly 69 people watching right now, which is awesome.
That's hilarious.
Gods, we're children.
Yeah, but yeah, I guess the bad news of the night is that I might not be able to launch the full sitcom project anytime soon. But you never know. I mean,
maybe you'll hit lotto.
Yeah, that or I'll get enough growth this year as far as like people joining and subscribing and stuff and supporting that I can do it. But until then, it's probably not going to happen.
Or you could just get a sugar mama.
Yeah, like those are in those are in pretty short supply around Arkansas. Sorry. Yeah.
And never said it had to be physical contact. You'd be surprised.
I think sugar.
Well, there's that sugar daddy guy on Twitter. Just follow him. Do that.
I wasn't gonna go there, but okay.
Great. You're my only testosterone savior, Harold.
Oh, fuck, man. This is going to be a real, fucking bumpy ride for fucking sure.
There's equal amounts eestrogen and testosterone in this stream right now. It's good.
So, I mean, you said you were in the Air Force, right, Jeremy?
Yeah.
Oh, freaking, how long do you do?
5 years.
5 years? And then weren't you like motor transport or something like that?
Yeah, I was VOPS.
Okay, that's fair enough. Because I was in the Marine Corps for 5 years. I was freaking an MV-22 Osprey mechanic.
Osprey's nice.
Fucking lawn dart those things. Jesus fucking Christ, they'll go down to almost for any little fucking bitch, moan, or gripe. The fucking wiring, when those engineers fucking rigged those things, they didn't give a fuck. They were just like, yeah, fuck it, he'll fly. And then literally 2 or 3 flights, and literally like everything's like, we don't know what the fuck is going on. And like, of course, like we're fucking running out there and trying to fucking figure out what the fuck's going on. And of course, like you just replace one wire and just like, okay, now I'm happy again. It's just like, You motherfucker. You goddamn son.
All things that fly are temperamental. Crazy Loon says, Poe, the fuck, why didn't you do this sooner? Yeah, pretty much. He's talking about the boob thing, the boob growing thing.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get into military talk with you because I don't want to lose what audience I have.
I don't know. I was trying to think of
I have
testosterone.
found that people get bored with military talk because anybody who hasn't served in the military don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
Well, no, but some people still find it really fascinating. I love half of your stories. I still like
This
the.
stream is about me. It's about Magog.
I don't know. You did bring up something testosterone inducing, and I was like, you know what? The fucking military is pretty testosterone inducing. So I said, fuck it. Let's go for a Hail Mary pass. And you know what? We fucking didn't get it. Oh, fucking well.
I dropped it because I told the Tom Brady. Okay.
I ain't no fucking Tom Brady. I mean, so.
Talk about my quarterback. I'm a huge Patriots fan.
Oh, you're a huge Patriots fan? Fucking.
I'm not even from New England, but I've been a Patriots fan since Bledsoe was a quarterback. Like,
no, I fucking remember
90s, you know.
Because I remember, because I'm originally from New York, and my parents were Jets fans, and I remember watching that game when Bledsoe got fucking murdered by the Jets, and then they put in Tom Brady, and that's when he started his fucking walk to fucking goddom.
Yeah, and he is. I don't give a fuck what you say about him. The man's broke
Oh,
record.
no, I'm not going to deny that.
He's got 6 fucking Super Bowl rings. The only goddamn quarterback in the history of the NFL has 6.
Yeah, that man is without doubt one of the most talented athletes ever to fucking live. I can't deny that. But
his wife is.
Yeah, his wife is fucking as well.
Then
But,
again, name a famous football player or sports star in general that doesn't have an incredibly hot wife.
Yeah, that's far in between. So
Most of the Australian NFL team.
Well,
She's got a point.
talking about the greatest country in the world and not.
No, you're not talking about Australia. I know what you mean.
yeah, and I mean with Australian football players, they're probably like minimum wage makers, not like multimillionaires. So
Have you seen how overpaid these bastards are?
Yeah, that's why. That's what the media has completely failed to realize about the whole Kaepernick thing. You know, we didn't. Most people that I've talked to don't care that he took a knee during the national anthem. They care that a guy who gets paid millions of dollars a game is trying to tell us he's fucking oppressed.
yeah,
That's what we care about. You are a fucking overpaid sports guy. We pay you to catch a ball.
well, in his case, throw it, but I mean, still.
In his case, yeah, throw it because he's quarterback. But still, to this day, don't tell me you're fucking oppressed. You're a multi-million-dollar athlete, okay? You don't know what it's like to be the oppressed common man. Shut the fuck up. We pay you to play a game for our entertainment. You dance for me, sandwich.
Exactly. And like another fucking thing is that Kaepernick grew up in like a really fucking nice neighborhood as well. He didn't grow up in no fucking streets or shit like that. Yeah. So I mean, like that's
you ain't
fucking
gangsta. You drink tea with a fucking pinky out. You ain't
exactly.
I love that.
I love that
scene in Be Cool where he's like, "This with the pinky. This ain't gangster. That ain't gangster."
Yeah.
Taboo. What's with the pinky?
Exactly.
Be Cool was the sequel to Get Shorty, by the way. Crazy Loon says, and cyanide, sleeping pills, kicked in. One last donation. Always glad to help my favorite YouTuber. Don't know why exactly, but still. Thanks, Crazy Loon. Appreciate you. Have a good night. Sleeping pills. Oh, good. But,
yeah, I'm probably gonna have to bail soon. I'm gonna get up at 4:30 for work, so that's gay.
Yeah, that is good.
What do you do for work that you have to get up at 4:30?
I do recruitment, but by the time I get up, travel to work, because I don't drive, so I travel to work, get in at a decent time so I can leave at like 3:30.
In this economy, prostitutes have to work all kinds of hours.
We're supposed to tell them, Magog.
We gotta get them early morning.
God, how dare you? How dare you? You know better.
I'm not judging.
I didn't know.
I'm
okay. He's watching joke stream.
I'm not judging. In fact, I'm an advocate. Yeah.
I am judging you profusely. I'm sorry. That's what I do.
Yeah, judge away. I do too. We're female. That's what we do.
I judge everyone without mercy. Just ask my
So do I.
subscribers.
That's why I invented SideQuest.
Exactly.
Yeah, we all
You get
judge
to
you for
judge people.
I thought about doing a limited run series with like called Judge Magog,
Judge.
and I'd get one of the English judge
Okay.
wigs and a gavel, and just the Magog everything except for a hood. It just has a wig instead of the hood. The judge wig, and then I pull up some criminal. And it's like, okay, let's get this started.
Or what you could do if you had some volunteers to do it, you could try to do some kind of almost like Judge Judy horse shit, but write the episodes or something, or have somebody who's willing to sit down and write the episodes out, and basically
Poe is the bailiff. He comes in Poe's everybody rise for the dishonorable. God. Court is now in session. You're all fucked, by the way. You know that. Yeah. I don't care what you did. You're fucked. We're talking about Magog here. Either way, you're guilty. Don't even know why you came here. You might as well just headed straight for the stockade.
This is slow. Civil.
Poe, remove this man from my court and take him to the guillotine. We don't have a guillotine. Take him to the headsman's block. We don't have that either. What do we have? Paper cuts. That's what we got. About 1,000 paper cuts.
You need to do this.
Rip his dick off and shove it down his throat. Do that. Okay.
Actually, Jeremy, that is legit torture. The 1,000 paper cut torture it's actually a thing.
Yeah. Oh, Bastard Beast has a much better idea. Magister Magog, because that's the old word for judge.
Yeah.
Magistrate. The Magister Magog. Magistrate Magog.
Magistrate Magog.
Get that double M.
Hilarious.
It's they just pull up a Ocasio-Cortez video and just judge her.
Yeah.
Just
especially with that scandal that she has going on now with all the fucking
just I judge you to a lifetime of stupidity. She already has that. Yeah, then sentence. I don't even know.
Wait, I didn't hear about what
my
scandal.
What was that?
What was the scandal? I didn't hear.
So basically, she had this whole kind of campaign fraud shit. I don't.
Basically, what happened was she won her election on the back of a super PAC called Justice Democrats. Okay, they're the ones who basically put her in power. They're the ones who primaried her against another person. They chose her, and what she did that super PAC, Justice Democrats, owns a bunch of other smaller PACs. Her boyfriend worked for one of those smaller PACs and got money, and he used that money to leave Arizona and move in with her in Washington, D.C. That is a personal use of campaign finance money.
Yeah.
Basically, that's the sum of it as I understand
Not shocked.
So that's
a bigger question.
That's the sum of it from what I understand. So exile him to Detroit.
Exile him.
No, we don't want to punish the people in Detroit already. Come on now.
You now spend your days in a place worse than the fiery inferno of the seventh level of hell. I sentence you to spend the rest of your days in Montana.
Oh dear God!
I mean, honestly, if she got sent to Detroit, it would only take them 2 weeks to get back to where they were. So,
yeah, according to Super Cuck Carrot, her campaign manager also hid like $800,000. I heard something about that too.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's directly connected to her, because it's like the same argument with like Trump. He had a dirty fucking lawyer. That doesn't mean Trump knew about anything. So I don't want to sit there and say that Ocasio-Cortez knew that some guy working for her did a thing. Like they're going to have trouble connecting that directly to her. Now, should that guy get in trouble? For sure, yeah. So I just don't like to play the same games as the other side. Like I hate all this, like, because Trump's lawyer was dirty, so was Trump. How do you know that?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's Trump's biggest mistake is he brought his fucking friends along to the White House. He should have never done that. Yeah. Like billionaires probably have some shady friends. And you White House. Of course their secrets are going to get found out and then put on you. You shouldn't fucking do that. But and I'm sure even Trump has some fucking shady dealings in the past. I mean, he's a billionaire, businessman. I'm sure he has some shady shit. People who voted for Trump didn't vote for Trump because he's a saint. Okay. I don't get this whole like politicians have to be the Pope.
Yeah.
We voted for him because he doesn't give a fuck what you say. Like that's why people like him. He doesn't let this shit. Like, well, sometimes he does, because sometimes he'll tweet something out, and I'm like, God, stop taking this shit so personally, Trump. Yeah. I'm critical of Trump where it needs to be. I'm not 100% Trump guy. I just don't think the world is as bad off as the left wants us to believe it is. Like they really think that there's white supremacists everywhere, and the economy is failing, and that there's fucking fire raining from the sky. And most people walk out their front door and they're like, gas prices are low. I got a job. Taxes aren't so bad.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's just not as apocalyptic as they want it to be. There's leftists.
Yeah, I mean,
they're still spouting this whole, like, he's going to build concentration camps for Islamic people and gay people. Where that at?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't see that. I don't see that anywhere. Fuck are you talking about, man? It's been 2 years. Where's those concentration camps at? I'm still not seeing that.
Fucking goose egg on that front, Goose.
He's accomplished.
I wouldn't say no. I wouldn't say no to concentration camps for some of the snowflakes, though. I wouldn't. I wouldn't say no.
I'm not an advocate.
Just saying.
I'm not an advocate for concentration camps, even for my enemies. But I will say, salt mines. Maybe.
God damn it.
Maybe send them to the salt mines. Concentration camp. We got to change the PR on this, okay? Concentration camp sounds really scary and stuff because that's what the Nazis did to the Jews, and that was terrible. But salt mines, maybe not so bad.
Maybe
they could mine the salt from their own tears.
Exactly.
Or we could make them build the wall just to really piss them off.
You can't make people build a wall. I don't want social justice people. I don't want SJWs building the wall. Shit would be rainbow colored. Like I don't fuck this.
Probably none of them have ever like held a fucking squaring fucking tool ever, or used a tape measure, or even
if the SJWs built a wall, they would have to come out and say it doesn't identify as a wall.
Yeah, it would be fucking scary.
We're not building a wall. It doesn't identify as a wall. It identifies as a fence.
Are you assuming it's an identity?
Yeah. Are you assuming this wall's identity?
How dare you, sir, assume that this is a wall? Maybe it wanted to be a flower shop, or maybe it just wanted to be some kind of lovely pattern in the sky, but no.
There's another argument that the left has not heard, and I'm the one who came up with it. And I wonder if they would reconsider if they heard this argument about the wall. And I mean a real wall, not the steel slats thing. I'm talking about an actual concrete wall that's 12 feet high and has barbed wire on the top of it, going across the entire southern border of the United States. You know what would be here's the best selling point for that wall.
Shoot.
It'd be one hell of a cool place to see some street art.
Oh fuck yeah, dude!
Imagine the graffiti art on a 2,000-mile wall long. I'm just saying.
Yeah, those fucking cholos would get at it.
It'd be the 11th wonder of the world.
Yeah.
People would come from miles around just to see the graffitied wall.
Fucking doubt.
Get them guys who paint those like really intricate fucking like street art that makes it look like like people are falling into like a whole other world. You ever seen those? Like that real heavy 3D shit?
Yeah.
Like, dude,
Oh,
I want that on the southern wall of the United States. Just this massive painting.
Then I can imagine some fucking insane Looney Tunes horse shit where some fucking cholo tries to run into it thinking that he's gonna get to America from the other side, and he just runs right into a fucking wall.
Don't be
Like
racist.
I don't fucking care. I mean, who fucking cares?
So
I don't want my stream flag.
He would legitimately pull a fucking coyote in the Roadrunner.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Just stop saying words like cholo on my stream, you dirty Polak.
Danish would get it right, but I mean, fair enough.
Yeah, close enough.
You can't say that word. That's our word.
I think I'm gonna bounce. I've gotta
you gotta go to
pass
bed.
the hell out.
I get you, man. Yeah. Thanks for coming on, Des.
Thanks for having me. It's been good, but I will actually remember to DM you on Twitter tomorrow about the whole everything.
Yeah. Send whatever message you have to send and update me. And if you need a little help with anything, putting the project together or whatever, just let me know. Because I am trying. I'm trying to help people out. I'm trying to help people get costumes and bits of costume and stuff. So
I'll
if you have a
probably grab
really
the background.
The what?
I'll probably grab the background off you again.
Yeah. Just whenever's convenient.
Too easy.
Yep.
All right. Well, have fun, guys. I'm gonna go to bed.
Later, love.
Have a good night.
Night.
Bye, guys.
Slayer Kadu says, "What up, Magoo?" Not much at this point. We're an hour and a half in. I've got 30 minutes left. I don't like to do more than 2 hours. So.
That's fair enough. That's a pretty good rule of thumb.
Yep. So we'll use this last 30 minutes to answer any questions in the chat. Does anybody have any questions about my channel or just questions in general or whatever? I don't know. Right. Whatever you guys want to talk about. Whatever you guys want to talk about. I'm just having a little fun, doing a late night. Let me check my Streamlabs in case there's anything come in.
Yeah.
Nope. Okay. All good. I think I got all the things. Oh, yep. All the super chats and all the Streamlabs are taken care of.
Who was all ranty a minute ago? That was probably me, so I mean.
Maybe. When will your T-shirts be up? When they are? I'll work on that. I'll try to work on that this weekend. Tavern Talks. Yeah, I talked about that at the beginning of the stream. I thought about turning the Friday night side quest into Tavern Talks and having a whole different overlay and a whole different format. I will talk to my co-hosts about that because I'd still like to see Tavern Talks become a thing. So Midnight Drury will make a comeback, Dave, if I can find the articles to do. But unfortunately, the reason I haven't done a Midnight Drury is simply because I'm having trouble finding good advice columns. I can only do so much. I can't make people send in stupid advice columns. I got to find good advice columns, and so far I haven't found very many good ones that I can turn into jokes that I can really have a laugh at. Where did you get your Morscar history? I made it up. It's not based on anything. I literally just made it up. I was just sitting around like, that'd be cool if that thing happened. It's many a years long because a lot of people have to understand the history of this world I created was created over like 5 years because I was actually going to write a novel. And then I created Magog, and I was like, well, I'm a fantasy character. I need something. So I just applied what I already had built for a novel to Magog, and it worked because I was like, hey, that's cool. I have some lore that I'm not using because I'll never write that fucking book. What about horror story readings? I'd have to look into that. Man, doing the voice that long, like imagine reading like chapters of an entire book. Like maybe if it's short stories, I could do it, but and then like if you do live reading of stories that are copywritten, unless I write them myself, is that like copyright infringement? Like I'd have to look into that.
Yeah, you got to be careful with the creepypastas. Actually, Magog, I just got a copyright strike myself from one of the fucking authors who decided that because they didn't put their exact contact info, so I just went through the site through their Facebook page like I normally do. They decided that wasn't good enough, and so they copyright struck my channel.
Yep,
So,
you gotta be careful
yeah.
like that. Fallen by Gravity says, "Is Magog truly evil at his core, or decent yet the way he is, a necromancer as a reaction to his environment? Like if he grew up in a good city, would he be good? He seems to give good advice." Yeah, that's kind of the duality of Magog. Like he wants to be this dark overlord. He uses dark magic, but he's also not as evil as like a true evil being, because he just sees the world in a certain way, and he's kind of a fuck up. It's kind of like, imagine, I was really inspired by the things I grew up with, like the Crypt Keeper. Like, yeah, he's kind of an evil corpse that laughs and tells ghoulish stories, but he's also funny and lighthearted, and you don't have to take him seriously, you know?
Yeah.
Or like Elvira, you know? I used to watch Elvira's Midnight Mistress, you know, movie marathons and stuff. And it was kind of like the Addams Family, you know? It's like they're dark and ghoulish, but they're also not that
Decent people.
Yeah, they're not as evil as you might. They just think of it like having a gallows humor, dark sense of humor. It doesn't mean you're a bad person because you have a dark sense of humor. Magog is an extension of myself. And I have a very dark sense of humor, and he is the portrayal of that dark humor, you know?
His sense of humor is so dark it goes and picks cotton.
I'm not gonna have you on the stream again. Trying to give me a strike, man.
What the fuck, dude? What the fuck?
As a comedian, you always want to push the lines, you know? I mean, what? I mean...
No, I agree with you to a certain extent, but I also have to play by the rules, because if I want to keep my channel and make money, I have to play by certain rules. It's just that's why SideQuest works so well. We can have that dark sense of humor, but we're doing it at each other and not like an entire race of people, because that's what YouTube frowns on. You know, like, unfortunately, I love that kind of humor. Don't get me wrong. I saw a meme the other day that was like, it just had a picture of Hitler and Jupiter, a new picture of Jupiter taken with the Hubble telescope. And it was like, a gas giant? Let's call it Jupiter. And it was spelled Jew, you know? And I laughed at that. Of course, comedians are supposed to push boundaries, but also we are being targeted. The people that like that kind of humor are being targeted on these social media platforms. That's why SideQuest is we've had to change some things. We had that one episode that just went too dark, and I had way too many like racist ass jokes in it. And that threatened Beardbarian because he lives in Canada and has different laws. He could be arrested for being a part of that show. Unfortunately, it's until something changes, we have to deal with that. Now, when BitChute gets like a streaming capability, maybe we can have a evil comedy, fucking joke stream over there. But the last thing I want is a community strike on my live stream channel, because if you get one community strike on your live stream channel, you can't stream. And then I can't do SideQuest. So calm it down there, buddy. I'm not saying you can't have that humor. I like humor. I'm not that. You don't fuck with my business.
It's too much of the good old Marine Corps,
Yeah, no, I understand. Like I said, I was in the military. I've heard some of the worst jokes in the world in the military. I'm not a judgmental person. I'm a comedian. And I think comedians, it's like George Carlin said, comedian's job is to find the line and then cross it. Those are his words verbatim. And I agree with that 100%. But, unfortunately, we also have to play by the rules, or else we get punished. I wish it wasn't the case. I really do. But
that's a crying shame, believe it or not.
Yeah, it's now one of these days, maybe there will be a big enough platform that equals YouTube, that has just as big an audience on it, and gives an opportunity for people to grow and not have to do YouTube, that actually has, no rules, or at least no speech rules, I mean, unless it's like threats, like direct threats at somebody.
Yeah, call to action.
Right. That we can have a comedy show that can do whatever, but until that day, this is the only platform I can use to do what I do. So comedy has no boundaries. Comedy is supposed to be offensive. Yes, Mr. Misanthropic. I completely agree with you. But YouTube doesn't see it that way. Neither does Twitter. Neither does Facebook, unfortunately. That's why I do the humor that I do. It's very dark, but I try not to cross too many lines when it comes to the stuff that I know will get me struck.
No, I understand, man. It's just, yeah.
Yep. Jokes in the chat. What's up, Joker? I thought you were streaming. Yeah, Beardy's got to move. I wish he could, but he's stuck in Canada. What are you gonna do? You know how hard it is to get a visa.
Oh, yeah, nightmare and a half.
Yeah. So I don't know. There's you crack jokes and then it ends up falling back on you because that's the world we live in. Unfortunately, I mean, look at what happened to Tucker Carlson recently. He had some off-color comments on some old radio show from like 2011, and they have dug that shit up, and now they're trying to get him fired. And it wouldn't surprise me if he does lose his fucking job over it. And it's like they just dig up your past and stuff. And I guess I'd
That's just
yeah. I guess I don't have the clout behind me to lose my channel. I don't have the support from the community. I feel like if I had, if I was really, really popular and had like 1 million subs and then YouTube took me down for something like that, I'd be able to get a bunch of people to rally with me to get my channel back and stuff. But I don't feel like I can take that kind of risk right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think you could just like easily go to like Vimeo or something like that. I mean, because not a lot of people might follow you because of something like that. So I get where you're coming from.
The Killing Joke says, I'd rather listen to you, man. I appreciate that. La Sploosh says, if celebs can get away with the crap they say, then you should be able to. It's the way I see it. I totally see it too. But that is unfortunately not the world we live in at the moment. One of these days, though, I feel like we are going to beat back the censorship of the left, and we're going to be able to get back our free speech if we just keep fighting. And because they also are not helping themselves. They're eating each other, and that's going to destroy their platforms eventually. And then other things will take their place that are hopefully better. Can I get the Discord link? I'm sorry, I don't have them available.
Posted earlier in the chat.
Yeah, somebody else was, whoever was posting those, can you post them again? Just keep spamming the Discord for me, please. Because I don't have access. My regular computer's way over there. That's what I'm running the stream on. I don't have Discord on my laptop. There it is. Nick Arcana did it. There you go, buddy. But yeah, I really wish I could do the jokes I want to do. Like, don't get me wrong. I still push boundaries. It's about the way you deliver the joke.
Oh no, I understand.
I've learned that. I've learned that you can still go dark, but you have to deliver it in such a cerebral way that nobody quite understands it.
Yeah, the algorithm can't pick up on it.
Yeah. Got to play the rules. Just got to learn to skirt them a little. Yeah, of course. Like I said, if this was like another channel or it was my main channel, I probably wouldn't care about what Harold just said. But my live stream channel, and if I get a strike on this, I can't do side quests. So please curb it a little bit on this channel, please. Just because, like, because on the main channel, I get a copyright or a community strike, I can still upload videos. You just can't stream. But this is my live stream channel. I can't risk losing it. So losing the ability to stream, which I think is a really stupid rule. I really think they should have some sort of warning system before they take away your ability to do a show. Like, hey, this thing happened. Can you not do that again? Like, you don't have to strip me from my live stream capabilities. The first offense, motherfuckers. Goddamn crazy. Yeah, Razor Fist style. Well, that's why side quests.
I'm honestly waiting for this. Sorry.
That's why side quest works, though, is that we can make that dark joke, but we can make it about like orcs, and people in their minds are still getting it.
Yeah,
But
but
it's technically about a fictional race of beings that don't exist. You know,
it skirts the algorithm.
right? It skirts it, so they're like, okay, this guy's not actually, but the people watching understand. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
like, you dirty orc. Goblins always stealing my money.
Yeah.
Oh, great sphincter. The strike is the warning, says Demon Man. Yeah, that's what sucks. Their warnings are terrible. Their warnings feel more like punishments, not warnings.
Yeah, that's kind of spilling over into the horror genre as well. They're cracking down on what is deemably too gory and what is not. It's like it's the horror genre. What the fuck do you expect? Of course, there's going to be gore, and even in true crime, I have to be so careful with the photos that I choose for my visuals, and I have to put trigger warnings on every single solitary video saying exactly what the video is going to be about.
And even then, sometimes, I mean, it's like, look at all the people who did videos on that Rape Day video game that got taken down from Steam. It's literally a video game where you're a rapist. Like, that's the game. But people did videos on them, and they were getting flagged down by YouTube just because it had the keyword rape in it.
Yeah.
And I probably shouldn't even say it now that I think about it. But could edit.
I mean, at this point, it's like you don't even know what you can say or you can't say at this point. It's just gotten to a point to where, like, you have to play this it's almost dodgy do game, It's
it's like internet Russian roulette.
Yeah, and I know there's a lot of false claims. That's what Unpronounceable Names just said in the chat, and I get that too. There's a shit ton of false claims out there. They just made the system way too easy to rig in favor of the mobs. Mobs of people can come over and just dislike your video until it gets de-boosted from the algorithm, or they can come over and just flag your channel over and over again, and YouTube will actually listen to that. It's like, man, you guys gave way too much power to the people. And usually I'm all for power to the people instead of in the hands of a government. But when it comes to free speech, people should have more rights and not power to subvert those rights. You get what I'm saying? It's like, I can go to a local public park and hold up a sign that says, hey, this and this and this, and people disagree with it. Unfortunately, that's free speech. I'm protesting. But if a huge mob of people come over and rip the sign out of my hand and push me down to the ground, start kicking me in the head, that's too much power in the hands of that hate mob. They shouldn't be allowed to do that. It's the same with YouTube in a digital market. You gave this hate mob so much power to just flag down the channel because they don't like you. It's not even whether or not you said anything wrong. It's just that they don't like you.
No, exactly.
It should be a balance. People should have a reporting system, but it should be, I don't know how to limit that reporting system to the point to where it's, it can't be flooded with like a, bunch of false claims, I don't know how you get around that. Maybe there's some new programming technology that we need to implement.
You could do, Steam has a pretty good system, I think, for that, but I'm not exactly sure how it works.
Well, then they have, is it Steam or Twitch that had like, what it would do is if something got flagged, then it would pick like 12, it would pick a bunch of random people to look at the situation and then vote on whether or not it should be released from its flag. And it's kind of a jury system.
Yeah.
And I've heard that Twitter is thinking about doing that, and maybe YouTube, might try it too. I don't know if that works or not, but I've heard of that. I've heard of the jury system where you could just like suddenly get an email saying, hey, would you like to judge whether or not this is good content or not? And you can click yes or no. And that might, that might be nice to have kind of a jury of your peers type thing. I don't know.
I think that'd be fair. I mean, it's something, give the good old college try it for. So why not?
Yeah. A change of leadership is probably a good idea too. Like that's what Dong Song said.
Yeah, that's not going to happen though. The freaking goddamn gatekeepers, they're going to hold on to that power till the day they die. So,
well, Susan Wojcicki is like the sister of her sister is like married to the CEO of Google or something like that, or the vice president of Google, something like that. Like, it's clear nepotism. She got that fucking job because she's part of that inner circle.
Oh, exactly.
That always makes me sick to my stomach hearing about that stuff. It's like, no, it shouldn't go to who you like best. Big fuck will do the best job. Who has, the best idea for this thing, and not who's the fucking best boy or the favorite boy or favorite girl or whatever the hell you want to call it. Right. That always irritates me.
Rooster mentioned the Orville episode. I saw that episode where like the whole culture has like badges that you can up and down vote on people. And if you get too low of a number, you have to go on this apology tour. And if the people judge you to be not worthy of redemption, they fucking do something to your brain and make you more compliant. So you could sit there, walk up to somebody and be like, boop, and downvote them. And it's like, that's terrifying. But that is a parody of something that's actually happening in China. There's like this social currency thing happening in China, where if you don't have a high enough like social points, you can't do certain things and you can't have access to certain things in the country, and that's fucking insane. That's different than a jury system, though. I mean, I think that an anonymous jury system is a little different. It can be taken too far, though, so I understand what he's saying. I can see the jury system being taken too far, but I'd much rather have the judgment of whether or not my channel gets flagged down or not in the hands of some people that might understand my content and vote, yeah, release this flag, than in the hands of some unelected corporate, bureaucrat that fucking has huge amounts of power, works for this company, and has this political ideology that doesn't like me, can simply just go, yeah, fuck his channel. I'd take my chances with the people.
Yeah. And I mean, it goes back to what we were saying earlier. A lot of these people don't like the politics getting rammed down their throats. So I don't think, honestly, you'd probably have a better chance if we went with a jury system.
Yeah. It might be better. It might be worse. I don't know. I think they need to try something. In my opinion, though, the only way really out of the hole that these tech companies have dug themselves into is to literally just clearly state their terms of service. No more vague words, right? And then literally just open up the platform.
Yeah, we're not lawyers.
Just free speech, unless you call for actual violence, unless you actually like a call to action, Exactly. And then, because that's the problem. Tech companies are trying to be like, oh, we want our platform to be this. We want it to be all kind and nice, and people can interact nice with each other. That completely disregards the human condition, right? They're trying to control words. What they should do is just come out publicly and be like, we're just publishers. Whatever you put on our platform, it's open to everybody. Sorry, if you don't like it, block that person. You have the power to block that person or to block these people or these groups. Unfortunately, yeah, it does suck to get 100,000 fucking negative comments. If you're that popular on Twitter, you can get like thousands of fucking, hate comments every fucking day.
Yeah.
There should be a way to just we should be teaching people to ignore that shit and not let it bother them. But I don't know. It's a complicated issue. Ethan Long in the chat says, dude, you hear the CEO of YouTube talking about how she wishes she could ban Ben Shapiro? Apparently her son watches him and she hates it. I saw something about that on, I think Tim Pool did a video on it. And I didn't watch it. I just saw it in the recommended, but I didn't look into it. Maybe I should. Maybe I should do a video on that. Maybe I should do a video on it. We've lost Miss Murder. She she dropped out. I don't know if that was on purpose or she just lost signal. But thanks for coming on, Miss Murder. we are going to be bringing it to an end here in 5 minutes. That'll be the 2-hour mark. I don't really have much else to say. I hope everybody enjoyed this little chat. I hope to do more of these in the future, especially with patrons and people who, sub to me on Subscribestar and actually give me monthly money to help me keep going. I got to start doing this stuff again. Tonight was just kind of an impromptu because I felt like it's been a while and we needed to do it. And I'm glad I got to update everybody on everything that's been happening. And I hope to do more regular ones. Maybe I'll even build some sort of overlays and actually make these a kind of a more official stream, get like the Discord up and running and stuff like that. So that people can join like a waiting room and I can pull people in and, for a little bit, kind of take call-ins or something like that. So I definitely plan on doing some sort of content today. I'll probably take a nap after this because it's 7 a.m. I'm probably going to crash out, take a little nap, even though I woke up at midnight. But I probably crash out for a few hours and then get up probably, in the afternoon and get to work on some content. I need to start getting back into it now that I have internet, now that I can upload, now that I can do things. So SideQuest will return Friday night as usual. Sorry for the delay, but once again, if for those just joining or haven't heard, my internet company was doing work in this in my county. They were switching over all their equipment, so I lost internet for a whole week. I had the worst internet ever. I think my dial-up back in the day was faster than what I had this week.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're back up and running. Every internet or speed test that I've run since they called and said that they were done has been 150, 160 megabytes a second, which is great. That's what I pay for. I pay for 150 megabytes a second. Miss Murder says, sorry, Magog, had to dip. Got a phone call. That's fine. Thanks for coming on, Miss Murder. Appreciate that. Anything to say, Harold?
No, I don't got much to say. I have my own YouTube channel. I kind of like upload, videos here and there at NerdScov at YouTube. If we ever want to kind of, do some kind of insanity where I just don't care about breaking the rules, we could easily go there. I don't care. I just do it for a hobby more or less and just, just to have lulls. So.
Oh yeah, that's always fun. There is a difference between people who do it for a living like me. I'm trying to actually make this career, and people who do it for just a hobby, I guess if I had like a regular job, I would probably just do this as a hobby, and I'd probably be a little less less inclined to follow the rules as strictly.
Yeah, I'm sorry, that's my bad, dude.
No, you don't have to apologize. I just like I said, I said something so that you didn't continue to do it. I doubt anybody will watch that one part of the stream and decide to flag my channel. So just wanted to give you a fair warning on that. I'm not, like I said, I'm not mad at the joke. I'm mad that I have to do that to make sure that I don't get shut down, because I hate censorship. I really do. I don't like censoring people.
Yeah, no, I understand. I just don't want you getting screwed over. I would feel horrible if something like that happened to you, man. I wouldn't forgive about that.
Oh, I appreciate it, man. Mr. Monkeylid says, doing draft ideas for the Dragon Rufus as well. Those will be included in the concept packet for your review. Awesome. Yeah, just let me know what's going on with that, man. You got ways to get a hold of me in Discord and Twitter and all that stuff. So, Gaming and Yelling is in the chat. What's up, Gay? I want tacos, he says. Well, Luis Guzman always wants tacos.
They're always open late.
The one in my town is only open till 2. But
really,
the next town up, they're open till 4. I guess it just depends on the town. They probably shut down because they don't get as much business in a smaller town.
Yeah, no, the one up here in Alaska, it's always open 24/7. So,
right. I would play World of Tanks, but this is more important to me. Welcome to the stream, Smoking Rat. We're actually about to close it out in 1 minute. We streamed for 2 hours, so I just wanted to say goodbye. You can go ahead and dip if you want, Harold, because I'm probably going to close out and go take a nap. So thanks for coming on, man.
All right, thank you for having me, sir. I mean, I hope this is, well, hopefully I didn't ruin for your channel, and
I doubt it.
I mean, if you want me just for anything, just any kind of, even just bullshitting on the side, I mean, you could hit me up.
Will do, man. If not, at the very least, to see you on future episodes of Beyond Magog. See you in the chat. Throw back in the chat.
Oh yeah, for sure, sir.
Yep,
for sure.
Take it easy, buddy.
You have a good night, sir.
You too. All right. Yep. Happy napping. That is the end of the show, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Beyond Magog, the behind-the-scenes show where I talk about what I plan on doing with my channel and giving you guys updates on everything that's going on. I appreciate you all coming by. Where's my mouse out? There it is. And we'll see you next time. Peace out.